This is TNT Sports' Adam Summerton, and you're listening to Three Fish on the Shirt.
Welcome to this week's Three Fish on the Shirt. Early start this week, 12:30 kickoff. Sky Games. Don't you just hate them? No, we love them.
No.
Fantastic win, Steve. Welcome. Thanks for joining me early this week.
Great
to see you in great circumstances. How are you feeling?
Oh, elated. Great game. I watched it, and it was just had a good feeling that we were going to do it. After the first 10 minutes, I know they scored, but even after that, I thought we were on top. Just great.
Yeah,
brilliant performance.
I looked at the team when it came out and thought, Cass was in, Sam was out, and I thought, well, at least we've got that strength in depth now. We've got your Cass there and what have you. Noah Bickwer again, which I'm assuming he's out, and I've just heard actually he's out for 5 to 6 weeks. The Bickwer,
Right?
Yeah.
So no,
that's disappointing. Jordan Davis is out for another 2 or 3 weeks. He's hurt himself again. So that's a shame, but nonetheless, them changes didn't add damages at all. And in fact, going forward, the players that came in ran Walsall ragged. To be fair, so what your thoughts?
I thought Luca was superb today. Best game he's had for us, and scored two really good goals, good finishes, both of them. I thought Hume was just amazing.
He
down
seemed
the
to
left,
be at the centre of everything we did with the
It's
ball.
just the way
down the left, he's so cool, isn't he?
Yeah, he can turn inside. He can do a little pass and then get it, give and go, and he doesn't give the ball away.
No.
I think he did once, and I was just about to message you. I was saying, "How good's Hume today?" And then he gave the ball away. So please, I didn't message you. But he was brilliant, and Cass went off early, unfortunately for him. But I like Warren. I think he slots in nicely.
He got booked early. That was the only thing, wasn't it? And he
won the penalty.
He won the penalty, but he had to walk a bit of a tightrope after that early booking. But no, I thought we just looked in control the whole game. So we kicked off, and within the first 5 minutes, I'm thinking, we can be all over these if we just keep it cool and keep pushing.
Yeah.
They looked terrified every time Jaden Luca got the ball, but then Evan Corey had a bit of a too comfortable in the middle of the park moment, and within seconds they were up the other end of the pitch and knocking the ball in the net. I could not believe it. The way we played.
Not after our start.
Yeah. And I remembered at home I had to leave after a minute, and I remember saying, these will let you have the ball and then hammer you. And I must admit at that point I was worried, but I did have a good feeling because the way we've been more resilient. I think we've gone behind in the last 3 or 4 games, haven't we?
We don't fear now. We go behind. We know we're not going to capitulate. We're going to come back. A lot of our games we've come from behind. We've either gone 1-0 down and then teams equalised and then we won 2-1, or we've gone 2-0 up like Donny game, wasn't it? And they scored, but they never got back to equal. So that was slightly different because we had to hang on for the lead.
Yeah.
But today we just looked like the top of the league team.
Yeah,
I thought we looked as good.
If you were neutral watching that and you said, "Oh yeah, one of these teams is top of the league," you wouldn't have said it was Walsall, would you?
No, they're awful. I mean, I don't know I think they could miss out top 3 if they carry on this form. Because Bradford could go top today, couldn't they?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think it is a challenge though. Once you get a wobble, there is a big chunk of football being a mental game, isn't it? Once you get into a position where your confidence is starting to wane or whatever, and I've said this many a time, you can get a situation where you fly in, but as soon as the wheels come off, everything you start thinking twice about. Snatching at chances, giving the ball away, or just being a bit more worried by a team that gets stuck into you. And I thought that's what we did today. It wouldn't have mattered. I don't think if they'd have played better. I think we were just in the faces the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, like Green, he was doing some really hard yards, if you like, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Just running the ball down, running the player down.
Yeah.
He never stopped running. Svante Thorson was excellent again. He's getting a bit more physical.
Definitely, we said
took that player down.
Yeah, he's definitely getting more physical. He's giving away the odd foul here and there, but he's not frightened to put his body on the line now. And he had a bit of a somersault moment at one point, didn't he? When he was taken out just outside the box in the first half.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I thought that was could have been a bad foul. That, but
it could have been. It wasn't given, was it? But
no,
he's toughened up. So Hume is playing well. Harvey Rodgers is the first one to get stick if it's not going well. I think overall this season, he's been really consistent. He's been a rock.
Yeah.
I think McJanet and Tharm have helped him become that and giving him a bit more confidence.
More confidence than that, yeah.
But his positioning and everything just seems to be right more often than not, barring one little near disaster with was it McEachran?
McEachran,
they both said yours,
yeah,
and that nearly let Walsall in. But again, that was the chances that Walsall got out of the game were largely the ones that we gave them.
Yeah, and Joe Wright had a good game as well. He did everything what he needed to do, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Man,
he's got better, hasn't he, over the season? I think we've had one or two playing out from the back scares, but I think we've had that with all the keepers that we've tried to play out from the back with. I remember James McEwen making me have kittens from playing the ball to the left back and then receiving it back, and on a couple of occasions I can remember at least. Did the ball go in the back of the net?
he was trying to dribble it and he ended up in the back of the net, didn't it?
Yeah. Oh, he got the ball back, and I think
you see it in the Premier League.
Yeah,
every week you see it. Yeah. So
as teams try and find space, they're all doing it. So other than that, it's just become a really safe pair of hands, hasn't
he? Yeah, today he commanded. He caught well. He got fouled a few times, but he stood up to Matt towards the end.
Yeah,
Jamil Matt. I just thought it was really good.
He had very little impact on the game, did he? Actually, Matt.
He was got a bit arsey as well. And they all started to get a bit uppity, didn't they?
So
the fans.
When you buy John McAtee from Timu, you get McEntee.
Yeah,
who was a bit of a big baby, wasn't he? Hugh.
He was. I thought he finally got booked.
Yeah,
because he wouldn't shut up, would he?
Few baby crying noises. We'll have to get the baby crying sounds. But yeah, he was just having kittens, wasn't he? I had money on him being sent off, actually, the way he was going on. But even after he'd been booked, he was still going at it with the ref.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, and he's he should have. Well, he could have got a red card if he carried on. Got 2 yellows, but yeah.
So he settled down after that early aberration. Then about 15 minutes later, get a free kick on the right. Luca stands in a nice little position between the edge of the box and the D, on his own. No sort of thought from Walsall that he might be up to something. And he got the ball, took his time, placed his shot in the corner past the keeper. Great goal. Not the most powerful shot, but it was in the right place.
I don't know if it was a training ground one or if it was just he stood there. There's nobody on him.
Well, just listen to David Artell, and he said there was a training ground routine for sure. It wasn't quite that, but it was along those lines. And he said, "I want my players to feel safe to make a decision to do something if it's on."
Yeah.
And he said, no complaints from me. So it's
well, it's like the free kick for the equaliser in Gillingham game.
Yeah.
Not Gillingham. Tranmere, sorry. There was a free kick, wasn't there? And he took it. McEachran was it? He took it, passed it to Hume, and we all went, "Oh, what's he doing that for?"
Yeah.
Crossed it and ball. So it's a similar situation. Instead of putting it straight in, he's passed it to the player square. So that's what David Artell means.
The Rose winner against Fleetwood was like that as well, wasn't it? For the header, ball out to Hume.
Yeah, it's just doing something a bit different, isn't it? And it's,
and I've noticed as well, we're playing more balls through the channels for runners now as well. So you've got Svan Thorson will pick the ball up, and he'll go outside or inside. He's equally happy coming inside and running across the pitch to spread the play, or taking it forward. And he's getting more and more confident to take a man on as well. Right?
Yes, yeah. There was quite a few situations like that early on, where just little 1-2, and then he's away.
And it was a little ball like that in the box to Warren. They got the penalty, and really that was just such a quick move. The player just couldn't resist having a dabble. Stuck his foot out, over went Warren. I didn't see any protest from Walsall, and it was just pen. And I was thinking, yeah, Rose is going to stick
they
this
did
away.
protest. I saw one player actually go like, what's he done that for? And that was it, you know. Rose stood there in front of their fans, didn't he?
Yeah, and he
just stands there, doesn't he?
Yeah, he stuck it away with some aplomb, didn't he? He's a similar place to he put the other night,
penalty,
but
that.
a little bit higher.
Great penalty, that.
Keeper dived over it, really, didn't he? Sorry, it went over the keeper.
Yeah, couldn't dispatch that perfectly.
And there's not too much of a better time to score in the first half than before half time, because as we know from the Bradford game, which we were woefully inadequate for, going in at 1-0 down would have been we were heading for going 0-0, weren't we? And Bradford scored right on the stroke of half time almost to go 1-0 up. Just totally changes your plan as a team.
Totally.
And I think that's one of the things that probably happened to Walsall today, that they were probably thinking, right, we got in front, we're back at 1-1, we need to regroup. But 2-2, you've got all the recriminations then about how you ended up 2-1 down. And your game plan's different because you've got to come out then, haven't you? Just to get a draw, you've got to come out and try and
it is the best time to score for, not to have a goal against you, but best time to score for yourself is just before half time. And then it just screws them up.
Yeah.
But, to go in the lead, that is. If you're drawing and to go in the lead, it's great time to score.
I don't know about you, but that camera angle looking down towards the touchline when it was in play, Christ, you felt like you were, seasick. Get seasick from it. It was.
I couldn't watch
very weird angle.
It was right.
Almost vertical, wasn't it?
The players, when the players were getting drinks and that.
Yeah, but when the play was down there, like Humes defending or whatever, I'm looking at it thinking, if I use this clear, I'm gonna have to look away so I don't fall over. Is that that weird a view?
Yeah, it was a real strange angle. That side of the pitch was a bit muddy, wasn't it?
Yeah,
grass.
The main camera angle for the for that right hand end with the bit in the shade, the goal was a bit dark. I actually didn't realise that the first goal that Walsall scored, I didn't know whether it had gone in or not at first, because it bounced out the back of the net, and I thought the other bloke was following it in to score. But
I didn't see that. No.
Yeah, it was so dark behind the back of that goal. Anyway, we came out in the second half and really carried on, didn't we? There was no holding back. We seemed to get players free almost at will going forward.
Yeah, we looked like we should have had, say, like it was 4 or 5. We should have won by. I'd love to have got that fourth goal just to make it equal.
Yeah, McEachran going through had a chance to make it 3-1 and looked like he'd twanged his knee as doing it, or was it just I only missed because my knee twanged?
No, I think he skewed it and then he thought, I'll go down and hold my knee, make out of it. That was the problem.
But then Town put that disappointment to one side, and it was a nice little move that got Luca away into space, playing off the last man, well onside, 1-on-1 with the keeper, and he missed one the other night. And you're thinking, I don't know, I had a feeling he was going to score. I'd never doubted him. After the other night, he missed a couple when he skewed wide. But even then, because he'd scored earlier probably, and some days you just feel it, don't you? And today, I just thought this is going in, and sure enough, anybody else in the house who wasn't watching the football probably heard me shouting, "Good!"
Yeah, that's what I can't remember what I shouted. Something, but I think Lucy was in the garden.
Yeah,
fortunately. But yeah, he put it away. He's only 19, isn't he?
I know.
He put that away like he's proper striker.
Yeah,
really good.
Great finish, and great to be getting in those positions. And then there were further chances. There was a lot of physicality in the game that I thought we stood up to well. I think it's an area we could easily have sort of been overwhelmed with if we're not careful. But you like to see Humes, Van Thorsens, Rogers, McJanet. They're not frightened to mix it up, and Danny Rose getting stuck in again, the dirtiest player on the pitch. If you could go in the bookies and bet on something that was an absolute certainty, it would be Danny Rose coming off with the muddiest shirt, wouldn't it?
His shirt is absolutely lathered, isn't it? The back of it. It's always the back of it. It seems to be worse than the front. I don't know if I don't know what he does. He just because I guess he's always on the floor trying to get little fouls and that, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's a canny old bugger.
The wily old fox, but it's a good job we've got him because with a big crew out for another 5-6 weeks. Wilson and Pike have been. I was looking at the stats last night. Probably both of them only available for about 50% of the time. It's just not enough.
Yeah.
You should have a couple of spare strikers, shouldn't you? And bear in mind that that's 50% availability based on the time that they've actually played. So
we do need him, and we did rest him a couple of times. He dropped out of the team, didn't he, early in the season?
Yeah.
The Big Crew and Luca came in just to rest him.
The Big Q's got that pubic symphysis, which is the same thing as Danny Rose was suffering with at the start of the season. His absence is a little bit more forgivable, but I think he's tweaked something else now. Like I said, Jordan Davis has done the same, and Cass remains to be seen how he's going to be out. So, we're struggling a bit. Yeah, Tam's going to be not as bad. Tam could be back Saturday. So that was.
But we've got a decent squad to cover it at the minute.
Yeah, but the other thing you've got your Burns. You've still got Ainley. You've got Chury was on the bench today for the first.
Chury's on the bench. Yes,
he's said it was likely he was going to be on. So didn't get on, but there you go.
Yeah, I thought his fitness was way off. So I don't know if he's.
Well, I don't think they'd have ever started him, but even if they could have got him on for a few minutes, it might have been a positive thing. So.
Yeah, I was going back to that Luca goal in front of the Town fans. I bet he loved that, didn't he? Putting that away.
Yeah,
and diving into the fan.
That must be an amazing feeling, when you've scored like that, and there's almost a little bit of siege mentality when you go away, and that's kind of what makes it sweeter. That you end up in a position where you've gone in and you've robbed the family silver from the back room.
But you could hear all the Town fans the whole game.
It's almost like they put a microphone in with them, isn't it, to make them louder? But we know they're loud, aren't they? And
all you could hear with Walsall was 2-1 to the referee, and referee's a banker.
I didn't even hear their fans, to be honest. They were very subdued.
The only time I heard them was when they were moaning. That's all.
Yeah.
But that's only like home. We would be as well if we were 3-1 down.
I mean, there's not many home crowds that are really up, are there? I mean, Bradford's probably the biggest crowd we've been away. But I didn't sense a mega atmosphere at Bradford. I mean, it's
at Bradford. No, it's because it's a big stadium, isn't it?
They lose it a bit in the fact that it's massive, isn't it? But
yeah,
your home fans, a disgruntled home ground is always a challenge, isn't it? And say for Town, it's probably even worse at the minute because we seem to have had issues with the games in midweek, don't we, where there's fewer people in there, and the people that are in there are either knackered, fed up, whatever from work, or just not got the energy to get up for it, like maybe a weekend game. But the Port Vale game we've said it before, was a great example of that, wasn't it?
Port Vale atmosphere was a great game. But I don't know. It's my theory. They kicked that game. They kicked towards the pontoon first half, and we scored early, and the crowd were up, and
definitely helps. Once they're up, aren't they?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Plus, was it Christmas, wasn't it? I think people probably had a few drinks.
I think the other thing, people are off work and feeling a bit more in holiday mood,
relaxed and that.
It's like bank holiday games are always good, aren't they? Always got a bit more energy about them and all the rest of it. So
that's what's that? Unbeaten in 8 now.
8 unbeaten, 5 wins and 3 draws. So
it's promotion form. That
definitely promo form, isn't it?
I like what I did just say before. Well, obviously, remember what David Artell said to Matt Dean. I think it was about, do you think you're ready to go up or something? Didn't he? And he said, well, he said, I'll answer that with another question. What do you? Oh, can't remember what he said now. What do you think? We'll take the chance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He said,
"Go and have a look and see what we feel, see how it goes."
Yeah, I thought it was spot on, that answer. I thought you can't pick and choose when you go up.
No, you can't. And if you're ready, you're not ready. Interesting updates from League Two as we record this. Donny were 2-0 up after 20 minutes. They've let 2 in 2 minutes. It's now 2-2.
Swindon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bradford are losing 1-0. Blow the chance.
Bradford are losing.
Blow the chance to go top. And Gillingham have been absolutely dreadful at home, haven't they, as well?
Yeah.
Tranmere fans will be happy that they've equalised, and Morecambe have been pegged back by MK Dons as well. So Tranmere back out of the woods a little bit as well, which is good. So great afternoon. We start to feel a bit more forgiving about Sky Sports matches and early kickoffs when you win, but they are a proper weekend thief if you lose, and you've lost, and all the games are then on, and you feel like you're missing out, don't you?
Yeah.
But when you've won, it's quite nice to have it in the points in the bag and be all smug.
Well, it is. We like these early kickoffs. 2 wins, Donny.
Yeah.
Donny was an early kickoff, wasn't it?
Suiting as well, aren't they? And the early kickoff blue kit combo is doing well, because up until then the blue kit had been very poorly supported, hadn't it, in terms of the results to back it up.
No, today was just a complete performance. Yeah. I thought all the stats that came up we was winning them all.
I think the only one at half time we commented, didn't we? The only one we weren't heading was corners, which was a bit weird. Yeah,
they had a lot of corners on the trot, but everything else, possession, tackles won, you name it.
Successful crosses, goals, shots on target, shots. All them sort of things were really really good. So
just need a better commentator would have been good.
Oh God, he was awful, wasn't he? It's like they just say the first thing that comes into their head, and they've done a couple of little bits of research that.
I was wondering if he was actually there at a couple of points.
Well, we spoke to Adam Somerton, didn't we? They're not always there. Sometimes they're in a studio, and I wouldn't be surprised if in a little kiosk somewhere doing the commentary.
I mean, he did it at one point. He called us the white and blacks. And I was like, come on, man.
That's an oddity, isn't it, that one? I picked up on that one, and I thought it was an odd phrase. But never mind. It's out of the way now, and the important thing is them 3 points are back, heading back to Blundell Park. And one thing we haven't touched on either in last week's episode or this week's episode was the midweek game against Tranmere.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So we went into that game against a team that had lost their previous 10 away games on a what was it, unbeaten in 6 when we went into that. So we were hoping to at least keep that going. But it was a bit of a funny game again. We conceded fairly early to a bit of a calamity. What did you make of that? That was a weird goal, wasn't it?
I remember now. What was it?
Tranmere was when they scored. It was about a foot over the line.
Way over the line,
cleared, and then we didn't switch off particularly. We were still defending it, but hopefully didn't defend it well enough, because Tranmere were on the ball to.
McCracken he stopped. McCracken sort of stopped, and then all of a sudden he realised ref can't give it. He turned around, trying to close down, and Connor Jennings laid it off to their goal scorer, and he stuck it in. So it was strange. What a strange one.
It was weird, and we all said we knew it was a foot over the line the first time.
Way over.
Yeah. Never.
How the referee didn't give. I don't know how they can't give that.
Well, you wonder what. I mean, if we all saw it. I mean, you wonder who else wasn't in the right position, and there's only 2 people needs to be. One of 2 people, and that's the ref and the lino. And you can only think if it took place to 2. Anyway, so we're 1-0 down, and we huffed and puffed a bit till half time, didn't we? And then second half we came out and carried on again. So we're getting that consistency between halves now, aren't we? And obviously between games. And there was some real standout play for me for the likes of Sven Thorson the other night, because I thought he was everywhere. He robbed Maury Patrick of the ball about 5 or 6 times.
He did. It's similar. It obviously comes from the side or behind him, and he just nicked the ball off him, didn't he?
And when you think that Patrick has been their best player this season in what is a poor season for them, he was the one that was off the ball for me, off the boil, sorry, for me the other night. The others looked like they'd picked themselves up and were zipping the ball about, and there was definitely a lot of fight in them. But he looked poor.
I thought he played more down the middle, but he just on the left, wasn't he?
He played wide when we played him at their place. So
yeah,
that was
he's got that style, isn't he? A bit languid, sort of, a bit like a Bikwu type style. But he's
But when he turns it on, he's quite pacey, but they didn't seem to use it. And I say the other day, compared to the games I've seen him and the danger I've seen him create, I thought he was fairly poor. And then after that, there was only one team going to win if it was going to be one. But we managed to get the penalty for a bit of a weird handball. A ball came in from the left.
Handball!
I've never heard a stand shout handball in more unison than the Pontoon Tuesday night. It was
even on the replay when you see it,
incredible.
After it was like everybody up handball. The referee, he didn't give that. I think we'd have been lynched.
Yeah, no, and there was quite a few people thought he'd saved the ball from going in the goal. I didn't. I knew it hit him on the hand very, very clearly. But when you watch it back, it looked like he was trying to usher the ball back to his keeper. And he stuck his arms out, but then he slipped and he just whacked the ball with his hand. And never a clearer decision for a penalty you'll see. So I think after Tuesday night, going behind, you'd probably take a draw, especially given Tranmere's plucky effort. But I think overall, I was probably a little bit disappointed at drawing. I was hoping for a win. But having said that, it doesn't matter as long as you're winning and drawing in good sort of ratio. Preferably win your home games, draw your away games. You'd have thought there'd be more chance of us beating Tranmere at home than Walsall away, wouldn't you?
We'd beat Tranmere and draw with Walsall away.
Yeah, so if you said 4 points, you were going to get 4 points from them two games, I'd have said, oh yeah, we'll beat Tranmere and we'll get a really good draw at Walsall. And it's the other way around. So I'm not complaining. It's a good place.
It's good. This run I don't know. I haven't got stats, but those 8 games we've gone behind in quite a few of them.
Yeah,
and come back.
Exactly. I think if you check your league table, Steve, we might be 7th again.
Oh, let's have a look.
Salford City 1, Crewe 0. KN Mai has scored for Salford City. Are we right?
Yeah.
Drum roll.
You see, that was me. 7th.
I can just see a white screen. 7th.
Oh yeah.
I can overlay it.
It is definitely 7th.
Excellent. That's what we like to see. Let's
take a screenshot.
That'll roll over to the end of the match.
Yeah. As it stands, we're 7th for the game in hand as well on Crewe. And our goal difference is now 0.
I put a post on for our Twitter page saying, what's this woke nonsense? Neutral goal difference.
Yeah, you can't have neutral.
Yeah.
It's first time we've been not negative, isn't it?
Yeah.
The whole season.
Yeah. More good news for Tranmere fans is that Morecambe have not only given up the lead, they've now gone behind to our former colleague and mariner, Danilo Orsi, has put MP Dons in front.
Orsi scored, has he?
Yeah. I can't believe Lee Angol's playing for Morecambe. He scored the penalty for them today.
Yeah.
He was a target of ours when we got Matt Green in, and there was quite a lot of don't buy him sort of thing. So surprised to see him still playing his trade. But he's got a goal today. They're losing. So that'll
Doncaster 2-2 still.
Yeah. So good position, good week overall. It was a shame about the injury front heading the wrong way again. But as I said to you the other day, I'm liking David Artell's calmness and steadiness. I know Hurst was steady, as you go.
Yeah.
But he's steady, very consistent, and he's got that constant sense of it was good, but we need to do a bit more. We need to, there's always a bit of room for improvement, isn't there? And I think it means that. But I think what he's got is that puts him ahead of Hurst is he's got a bit more. He instills a bit more freedom, and there's obviously some good man management skills there because these players are definitely playing for him. And there's a good togetherness we've noticed, haven't we, over the last few games that togetherness is starting to come together now. And
he's a leader. That's what he is. He's a leader, and he coaches them, he leads them. He knows tactics. He knows when to change formations. He's improving players. All the players who come in, they've all got better.
Yeah, and we're starting to see.
Hell of a job he's done.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
it takes 2 to 3 years, isn't he? But it's 14, 15 months in, and then potentially we're going to be in playoffs end of the season.
As of now, as things stand, looking at my screen, we still are. It's challenging though, isn't it, to think the place that we were, not 12 months ago, getting stuffed by the likes of Donny and Walsall, to going into their backyard and turning them over.
Yeah, that's the pleasing thing.
There's a sweetness, and it's not lost on a few people on Twitter today that were saying, and Notts County next. It's the next one because they gave us stuff in it. They gave us the stuff in earlier in the season, so it'd be nice to get a good result out of that game as well. But the confidence that today's game should have given everybody should be pretty good. I would have thought. If it isn't, I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a big. Don't fear anybody. That's the thing now.
Yeah.
We're beating top of the league. I know they're having a bad run and that, but you still got to beat them, and they're still top at the minute.
So if we do a bit of a live town X-Town analytics as we go through the matches in League Two, you've got Pepples on the score sheet today for Chesterfield as we speak with 15 minutes to go, lead 2-1 over Newport at home.
Pepple, that must have hit his backside.
Yeah, and you've got Horsey in
Horsey scored,
yeah. Old Tranmere have just taken the lead. We must have been giving Amari Patrick good vibes because he's put them in front.
All right, he's
Bromley, which probably helps us below us keep the gap below, which is
Michael
good.
Cheek scored for them again.
Yeah, he's top scorer in the division. It's Cheek.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. He scores a lot of goals, doesn't he?
Yeah, he always has, hasn't he? He's always been a decent.
He's only just started playing in the. This is his first season in the league.
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, he's been playing his National League trade for a while, hasn't
he? He's getting on a bit. First to make his debut in the league. I don't know what he is. Probably 30.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, Bromley. They were 11th. So they're losing. Yeah. So that puts a bit of a gap between us and them.
They've been on a good run though of late. I noticed in the
table.
Their recent form have been really, really good.
Yeah, we're right in there now. So there's a little bit of a gap to Doncaster, to the top three. We're 6 points off top three still, but got 11 games to go.
Yeah, 11 games to go. The season has come round. We were commenting last night, I think, in a message to each other, weren't we? How quick the season's going. 11 games. That's what quarter of the season left, nearly.
Yeah, it seems to have flown this last few months.
Yeah,
this last few games.
Well, this is our 35th podcast, and I reckon by taking into account the weeks where we've got midweek games and Easter and the like, we've got probably 8 episodes, including this one. So that tells a tale. We've had some record-breaking month on month. Every time we sort of look at the stats each month, we've done better than the previous month. We've gone from hundreds to thousands of views, so we're getting some really good stuff and some nice comments. So thank you for everybody out there who's following on, watching the Mariners, listening to commentary, looking at our analysis of games and bits of footage and incidents. You're very welcome, and we enjoy having you along. We enjoy making it. So if you enjoy it half as much as we do making it, then we're doing something right. So thanks for that.
Definitely.
So moving on, we've got some good guests coming up. Thomas Turgoose is coming up next week, so that's interesting. Interesting.
Tommy Turgoose.
Interesting guest to come on, and we've got Kieran Maguire. He's going to come back and talk to us about the.
He's coming back into
the financials. It's just nailing the time down to do that. So watch this space. We'll have some more great guests coming into the pod, and we'll see how they go. But I'm really excited to get those guys in. It's a good listen, and when you look at the range of guests we've had on, Steve, it's been quite nice to get a good range of different people on, isn't it?
Yeah, well, all sorts on. That last guy, Jack
Grimsby Jack.
Grimsby Jack, yeah. And we had no link to him apart from his name.
Yeah.
In fact, he was a football fan, but he was good. Liked him.
Yeah, it was unusual one, wasn't he? That he was so British in the way he supported, even though he was American. Or is American.
Yeah, knowledgeable as well. He was quite knowledgeable.
Knows his onions, as they say.
Yeah, and he was good. Yeah. But they've all been good. John Tondo was good. Adam Summerton, he was spot on.
Levi Giles,
Levi, yeah,
and there's we hope to see more of him. He's agreed to come back.
Mark Lever,
yeah,
I like Mark.
Mark
was good.
Yeah, Levi is going to come back on, and he's got a fight soon, which I'll show the poster for in the ad. So I think he's still got some tickets left. If anybody's interested in later on this month at Newark Showground, I'll put the details in the link. But he's agreed to come back on, and also he's hoping to bring fighting back to Grimsby again. So I sent some more auditorium fights on the card. So we'll look forward to seeing how he gets on with them. So yeah, we've had them on, and the sort of diversity of who's been on the pod is really good, and we so as we record the last of this episode, Steve, we're just coming to the end of the games in League Two. So we're whizzing through 85 minutes in most of the games. Barrow 2 up at Accrington. Cheltenham are losing at home to Colchester. Chesterfield are beating Newport 2-1. Donny and Swindon 2-2. Fleetwood are 1-0 up against Port Vale. Graydon scored again. So Graydon, he's scored quite a few goals since he broke his duck against us, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. He's got a couple the other night, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's a good player. Good player. He's the best player against us.
Because you pointed out at the time that you thought he was quite good, didn't you, in that game? But he had a bit of a to do with the fans, didn't he? Because of the fact that he gave him a bit of a snarky celebration, didn't he? Because they've been criticising him because he scored one in about 20 games.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he looked good. He looked strong forward, hold the ball up well, and just looked dangerous.
But since he scored at us, he's scored another 3 or 4, I think. Gillingham, this is probably humorous result of the day. Bradford with the opportunity to go top, having us done the business on Walsall, have gone to Gillingham, who've really been struggling of late, and they're 1-0 down with 88 minutes on the clock. So that's going to be quite an interesting meltdown by the Bradford fans, because I think they're ridiculous run, haven't they? Of loads of home games, 10 on the trot, something like that, unbeaten at home. So they're going to be miffed. Harrogate 0-0 with Carlisle, a result that's probably not that good for either of them.
We're back down to 7th. We're back down to 8th.
Crewe equalised. Yeah, they have.
Crewe equalised at Salford. Yeah.
Shit. MK Dons 2, Morecambe 1. Good news for Tranmere fans, because Morecambe were winning earlier and put Tranmere in the bottom 2 for the first time this season. Salford and Crewe 1-1, and that goal was only just about 10 minutes ago. And then Tranmere 2, Bromley 1, and that would been really welcome for Tranmere with both Carlisle and Morecambe failing to win. Although Carlisle look like they might be on target to pick up a point.
Amazing, isn't it? And Tranmere set the manager, and then the draw against us, and now they're beating Bromley. And this season, we're looking up. It's a totally different outlook, isn't it?
And although we are 8th, as you say, we're on the same points as Crewe, if the results stay the same. When you look at the current form, they've only won 3 of their last 6, and we've won 4 of ours. And there's no red marks against our current form in that 6, because obviously we're unbeaten in 8 with 5 wins. So
just got to keep it going, because we had a bad January, didn't we? And then we had an amazing February.
Yeah,
March just started.
We're only 2 points behind Notts, and only 4 points behind Wimbledon.
Yeah, so we could go above Notts on Tuesday night if we beat them.
Yeah, that's certainly.
If we can win Tuesday night, get to 59 points.
Yeah, we're having a nosebleed.
Yeah, proper. What we got? 11 games left.
Yeah, it's about quarter of the season, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got some tough games, but then again, we're just being top of the league, aren't we? So it doesn't get much tougher, but it's surprising they're up there.
Yeah, so more.
Still 8 points. What have they got? They're still 8 points clear of Wimbledon, who are in 4th, but they've got a game in hand, haven't they? They played 36.
Yeah,
Walsall.
Got to win them, though, haven't they?
Yeah.
But I mean, Walsall were 11 points clear of everybody. Weren't they at one point?
Massively. Yeah. Then they won 2 in. What did you say? They won 2 in 11.
2 in 11, according to the guy on Sky. Yeah. So yeah, it just shows you, doesn't it? If you get on that run of form, I mean, they've let quite a lot of goals in now. Walsall let 41 goals in. I know we've let in a lot more than that, 51. But we're quite good scorers as well, and they are, as obviously the start of the season suggests, 65 goals. They must have been banging.
We must be one of the highest scorers now in the league.
Yeah, we are. There's only Donny 53, Notts 53, Swindon 52, Chesterfield 52, more than us. So about
yeah. So there's only 2 teams above us who've scored more than.
No, there's sorry, that's true. Oh, and Notts 3. Walsall, Donny, and Notts have all scored more than us.
Right.
And then you come below us, there's Swindon and Chesterfield.
Yeah.
That's it. And then you've got at the bottom, you've got Carlisle, have only scored 25. Carlisle, interestingly, have only conceded 1 less goal than us.
Really?
Yeah, they've only let 50, and we've let 51 in.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah. But that's because we've won lots of games, but when we got battered, we got battered.
Yeah.
I said this earlier in the season, didn't I? Sometimes that's not as damaging as going, doing 10 draws or whatever. You drop 20 points. You've lost one game 20-0, and you've only lost 3 points. Yeah, you've damaged your goal difference, but you haven't lost 20 points. Like if you'd drawn 10, for example, it's a silly example to prove the point, but you know what I mean. So,
yeah, that Tranmere, if they win today, that's a big win for them, isn't it?
A massive boost for them today, because they were a bit like us last year, hovering a few points above. But you worry where your next win's coming from, and you think, well, we're a couple of wins and we'll be out of this. But you're nagging football fan part of your brain is saying, yeah, but where's our next win coming from? That's
absolutely, yeah.
That's the worry, isn't it? And we obviously went to the match with my Tranmere friend the other day, and he's thinking and feeling the same things that we were thinking and feeling last season.
Yeah, and we're not in that situation this season.
Well, no, we are, but just looking the other way, aren't we? If we get above them, we can be in the playoffs.
Any more scores? No. Barrow still the same, 2-0.
But it's interesting. Crewe didn't capitalise the other night, and we've kind of made those points up on them now, haven't we? So we've kind of made it count today, unless something changes, of course, in the last couple of minutes.
We gained on Doncaster and Notts County today.
Yeah.
Because they both lost. So we're
just tightening up that top 7, aren't we?
Yeah.
Top 7.
We've got played a game less than the top 3.
We've got Crewe to play soon as well. We're playing them on the 1st of April.
Is it 1st of April?
Yes, really, we are playing on. Not a joke. We are playing them on the 1st of April.
Yeah. We've got 3 home games in the next 4, haven't we?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, three home games. Next 3 games. They're all at home. Yeah, because we've got Notts County, Salford, and then Newport.
Yeah. Well,
Colchester away on the Friday, says it.
Yeah, it is on the Friday. Doncaster's finished, so that's 2-2. So they took the lead. Rob Street, who's been again banging him in for fun, scored after a minute. And Joe Sabara, who was allegedly one of our targets earlier in the season, or at the start of the season. Not sure if it was or not. Got the second on 22 minutes, and you think, Donny, you're on for a bit of a cruise there, but Butterworth and Wesley within a minute have put Swindon level. So, as you say, Steve, we've gained 2 points on them.
2 points on Donny, 2 points on Notts County.
Yeah. So the Donny one's confirmed. Donny one's confirmed now.
Yeah. Sorry, we gained 3 points on Notts County, haven't we? Because they lost.
Yeah. They got beat 2-0 by Wimbledon. Which is
a
good result for Wimbledon.
Is that score?
Yeah, apparently Jetta at the crossbar in the last minute.
Harrogate's just scored against Carlisle.
Ooh, that's good for Tranmere as well, isn't it?
Own goal.
Oh God, 90 plus 5 own goal. That's a proper goal of that, isn't it?
Oof, that's gonna piss Mark Hughes off, isn't it?
Who's still the best striker at the club? I love that. I thought it was so funny.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll be going ape shit on that one now. He'll be saying it was a.
Well, yeah, and Carlisle have had 51% of the possession as well. They're just not doing anything with it. Well, it looked half like they were putting a shift in for him when they came to us. I think one of the problems they've got is it's back to the season we went down. We brought in all these players that were experienced and all the rest of it. But it was what did I call it? I comment to a Carlisle fan the other week. Too much, too late. It's not too little, too late. It's too much. You can't just ram a load of guys together as a new team, and make that it. It just doesn't work.
No, ridiculous that 48 players.
Yeah, because they haven't shipped out players. Because you can't, can you? You can't just
you get sacked for that.
Get rid of their. I'm just moving my camera because I'm in the sun. I'm trying to get myself out. I'm still in the sunshine.
And Barrow finished. Barrow beat Accrington Stanley 2-0.
Yeah, so that goes with form, doesn't it? That.
Yeah, Harrogate's beating Carlisle in 95th minute. Salford 1, Crewe 1.
Yeah.
So not a bad result really. So
preferred to have done one. So we're going to be in eighth.
Eighth, unfortunately.
On the same points as Crewe, but with a game in hand and with them to play soon. So fingers crossed.
So did Colchester? What did they do then?
They won at Cheltenham.
Is that game over?
It's still playing. I think when I last looked.
Still playing, yeah, because they're the team below us. They're one place below us.
Well, we'll be back
4
in
points.
7th. Our game in hand is actually on Tuesday night. Crewe aren't playing on Tuesday.
They're not.
You've got Wimbledon against Cheltenham, Accrington, Newport, Colchester, Port Vale, Grimsby, Notts County, and Salford at Chesterfield. So there's only us and Port Vale and Notts County playing in the top side, in the top part of the table, and there's only 2 of us in the top 8. Us and Port Vale, and sorry, 2 games that involve the top 8.
Yeah,
and
we could go potentially if we win Tuesday night. We could potentially go up to 5th.
Finished now. Cheltenham and Colchester's finished.
Colchester won 1-0.
Yeah, and Tranmere Bromley is still going.
Tranmere.
So they've got 2 goals for the first time in a while, and 2 assists for Hendry, who's supported the cause today by scoring that many Sorry, assisting that many. Can't be that long.
Tranmere game's going on a bit, isn't it? They must have late kickoff or something.
It says 90+3 though at the minute on mine. So we'll see the others while we're waiting for that to finish. Then so the 2 early games, you've got Wimbledon 2, Notts County 0, Walsall 1, Town 3, Barrow 2, Accrington 0, Cheltenham 0, Colchester 1, Chesterfield 2, Newport 1, Doncaster 2, Swindon 2, Fleetwood 1, Port Vale 1, Gillingham 1, Bradford City 0 is now confirmed. Harrogate 1, Carlisle 0, Milton Keynes Dons 2, Morecambe 1, Salford 1, Crewe 1, and still playing. Last one is Tranmere 2, Bromley 1. So, interesting day of results there. There's quite a few draws in there, in the middle of that section.
Yeah. Looks like the Tranmere Bromley game has just been 3 yellow cards in 2 minutes.
Probably slowing down the finish then, yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's taking time, I think.
Yeah.
It's all kicking off.
We've got Fleetwood and Port Vale have drawn, so we've gained points on Port Vale, gained points on Crewe, gained points on Notts County, gained points on Donny. So, yeah, all in all, it's a pretty good afternoon, Steve, isn't it?
It's a fantastic afternoon. I love winning early.
Yeah, winning early is good. It's when you don't win and you've then got to sit through watching everybody else pull away or whatever. Bradford as well. We've gained 3 points on Bradford as well.
Yeah, 3 points on them, yeah. Yeah, when you don't win, when you win early.
That's everybody then, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've gained 3 on Walsall, 3 on Bradford, 2 on Donny, not Wimbledon, 3 on Notts County, 2 on Port Vale, 2 on Crewe. Can't ask for much better than that, can you?
Yeah, so all the teams above us, we've gained points on all of them apart from Wimbledon.
Notts County, because they got beat by Wimbledon. That's why that was.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
That's a good afternoon's work at the Best Scott, the Poundland, or what you want to call it. And the other teams have come up trumps for us as well. So even though we sit in 8th, it's all nice and tight. 4 points to 4th, 6 points to 3rd. So we're not that far.
That's what I'm looking at now.
We're not that far out of the way.
I'm looking at 6 points to 3rd place.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
God, wouldn't it love to go up automatically?
But Donny must have to play some of the ones around him, mustn't there? So somebody's got to play some of these teams. So it's going to be interesting to see how the rest of the season pans out for sure. So
we just need to keep winning. Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Let's do Notts County.
What are your thoughts on Notts County then? How are you feeling about that?
Oh, I think we can beat them. If we lost again today,
so we could eat them.
We can eat them. We need to get another revenge game. From the away game. After their handball antics and.
That game at their place where they were. Fortuitous is probably the way to call it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Basketball and mishit crosses and.
Yeah. Well, he's out. God knows. Jones is out injured, isn't he?
Yeah, and Danny Crowley's gone to MK Dons.
Yeah.
So the 2 big players, and just need to keep Jetta quiet.
Yeah. Just to round things off, Tranmere Rovers have beaten Bromley 2-1.
That's finally
so that's 4 points for them in a week. So that's massive at the bottom, isn't it? 4 points in a week for Grimsby and Tranmere. And my Tranmere supporting friend will be delighted that we've both had the same sort of results for the week.
That's a good win for them.
A draw and a win, that's massive. That puts them 4 points clear of Morecambe, which is after the other day. I mean, they were down to a point, weren't they? So
that's right. Yeah,
they've gained and it's finished up that Carlisle and Morecambe have both lost. So
good result for Tranmere coming from behind as well.
Yeah, and I think although Carlisle will come in the same bracket, if you look at the bottom half from 16th, let's say, Barrow, not really a league team. Newport, Milton Keynes Dons, not really a team. Gillingham, Harrogate, not really a league team. Accrington, not really a league team. Tranmere, good old-fashioned league team. Morecambe, not really a league team. Carlisle, definitely a league team. You start to think it'd be nice for Carlisle to overhaul some of them teams above, but not Tranmere, because I'd sooner them two stayed up. But the league is no respecter of anybody falling in those two places, and as Wrexham will testify, it can take you a bloody long time to get out as well.
It can, and Chesterfield. But Wrexham, Chesterfield were a long time down there, weren't they?
Yeah, I mean, we got out in one season, but the other season we were 6 years, weren't we? So, we know how tough it is. And the only other team that I can think of that have got out as quick is Scunny. They got out just as quick, didn't they?
Yeah, Bristol Rovers did as well. They came straight back up.
You missed me joke. I'm dissing Scunny, and you've missed me completely. Missed me joke.
Do it again.
So we got out in a season, and then Scunny, didn't they get out in one season as well?
They did get out in one season, downwards.
Downwards, yeah. And we found out, sat outside Doncaster Rovers after beating them, after George Lloyd had just sent us home in raptures. Did we go? Because I was due to go on the Humberside, wasn't
I? Yeah. That's right.
Talking of it.
Right, mate.
Okay, mate. Take care.
All right, then.
I'll speak to you soon.
Up the Mariners.
Up the Mariners!
Up the Mariners!
This is Jack Grimsby, and you're listening to Three Fish on the Shirt.
Thank you for watching or listening to tonight's show. You can catch us on YouTube, podcasts on Podbean or Apple Podcasts. You can also find us on our social media channels of Instagram, Twitter, or X as it's now known, TikTok and Facebook. Please like, subscribe and share at every opportunity. It helps us a lot.